Hello, Dr. Judith Rolfs here, and today I'm going to talk to you about decorating your temples. And what do I mean by temples? Well, one is our physical body, which is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and the other one, let's call it the temple that we live in, which is our home. I don't know if you've ever called it a temple before. I certainly have not, but actually when you think about it, it is our dwelling place on earth, and most women are interested in having an attractive home. And why shouldn't they be? God created beauty on earth, and when I think of women's first home, Eve lived in a very gorgeous place in the Garden of Eden, and when the temple was built, God was interested in every detail of its construction, even the draperies that were hung. You know, he wanted them a certain fabric and color. So it's kind of an innate desire within us to want to have a comfortable nest for ourselves and for our families. Every now and then we hear Christians shouldn't be so interested in material possessions. But it is okay to appreciate nice things. And I don't believe they necessarily need to be expensive. You can have a lovely home on a tiny budget. And I have some suggestions for you along those lines. But first of all, often what a home needs more than anything else is a creative reorganization, I call that, because a messy home is never attractive. So maybe you just need to establish a different system for maintaining order in your home, and not necessarily adding more things, but streamlining and giving space to your favorite possessions. Learning to be creative with the furnishings that you already have. And you can do that by designing some cozy sitting areas in a room, triangling furniture across corners, and just add new things gradually. I am a great fan of shopping for secondhand furniture in thrift stores or Goodwill. In fact, I happen to like the style and design of older furniture. I guess you'd call it shabby chic, but I just kind of would sometimes have to label it junk, Junque, but it's so wonderful when you paint it up and it has lovely lines and lots of character, and I think probably interesting stories to tell if it could speak. I do pray over the things when I bring them to our home. Pray for the people who made it and the ones that used it before me, and for my family to be blessed by it. I think it's a great thing to take that added moment for prayer. And all these ideas are in my Loving Every Minute book under the section of Decorating Your Temples. Of course, if you don't easily get ideas, you can check out magazines at the library or catalogs. I have a friend who makes stunning slipcovers and drapes from sheets, and just uses rubber bands and hidden cup hooks to do that. And they're just gorgeous. Although don't get too carried away with do-it-yourself projects, because that can get exhausting, I know. Especially if it creates emotional distress or if it costs more than it's worth. Do-it-yourself is not always cheaper. Factor your time in as well as your talent. And if you're not real talented in this area, you might go to women's groups, or there was a church that I attended in Florida, a Baptist church, and it was a wonderful plan that they had. Ladies from the church group would take turns going to one of the ladies' houses, and they'd bring their sewing machine with, and glue and paintbrushes and hammer and nails, and they would sometimes work on one room or the entire house. They would ask the lady what they would like to spend the time on, And another thing was sometimes they would go and clean closets in each other's house, which was much more fun than doing their own by themselves. And the ladies would bring a bag lunch, so they would get to visit as they worked and really bless each other. And there's other group projects, like you might all share flowers that you have, divide them up and bring them, or help each other plant your vegetable gardens. These day outs for ladies can be so much fun and totally inexpensive. Of course, many hands make the work accomplished much more efficiently. As women, we don't want to get too much of our ego involved in our house because you know what? Fabrics fade and furniture wears out, and Jesus is the same always. So he is our main emphasis, Jesus, and providing love and nurture for our family, and a wonderful, comfortable place for our family and friends to visit as well. But it's not about our ego. So, and it's focusing on Jesus, knowing he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's no wearing out there. And that helps kind of lift our thought process to where it should be. Everything about us is to be a living sacrifice to God. And God will help us to make our homes as lovely as we can. I know many a time I've prayed over a decision regarding new flooring, and sometimes I have selected things that have a little theme that remind me of the Trinity, and it's just something between me and the Lord, but I know that I'm honoring him in my decision making. So look around your home with a critical eye and see, what does it need? More color, more texture, a bit of transformation, or just a creative reorganizing of things, or switching rooms. Sometimes I've switched a dining room into a family room, all kinds of fun things. So this is a very basic physical topic, but God cares about every aspect of our life, our homes as well as our hearts. So I'm going to conclude this with a prayer. Lord, help me to make the temple of my home as attractive as possible. Help me use the things I have to their best advantage, and to be gracious in accepting the good ideas of my friends, and help me to be generous in helping others in using my gifts and my talents to help them as well. So it will be exciting to explore this topic and see how you may make some changes that are positive in decorating your temple. And thank you for listening. Have a great day. Please like the YouTube presentation and subscribe to my channel with ideas for women, loving every minute, how to live, love, and laugh as a woman, and also topics for children and parenting and anything about the family, because I am totally passionate about us all having really healthy, happy families. Thank you. Have an awesome day.